let's review the data structures we've covered so far and also talk about a new problem that'll motivate what we're going to be doing in this module. So primarily we've been focused on data structures that are for collections of data, and we've been trying to organize data for particular types of access patterns. So when most people are learning the fundamentals of programming, the first sort of collection of data they encounter is the array. So arrays are for index-based access of data, which is a really convenient pattern and serves lots of uses. Then we generalize that into the concept of a list, and we looked at two different types of implementations of a list, a linked list and an array-based list. So for the lists, we were accessing data in order from first to last, and sometimes we may still do index-based operations, but we might have more general things that allow us to go forward or backwards through the list as well. After that, we started looking into the concept of priority queues, where we wanted to access data in order of importance or by its priority. Okay, so let's look at a new problem and a new need that we're going to encounter. So imagine that we're working with some company that has a large inventory of products. So for example, Amazon.com. You may not have noticed this, but when you browse their website, the URLs in your browser include product codes. So product codes are these unusual looking combinations of letters and numbers. So they may be buried inside the URL. So here are two example product codes. Notice that both of these begin with B0. In some of my remaining examples, I'm going to ignore the first two digits, but we'll pay attention to everything else that comes after that. Okay, so just as an example, when you click on one of these, it will navigate you to a web page. And again, here's the product number. And here's the particular product. Okay, so here are two example products and their product numbers. So we may want to look up the corresponding product. Now, we did that by simply entering the URL, but Amazon.com actually needed something that would somehow take this big product number on the URL and actually look up the corresponding data to us that was returned in the web browser. So if we want to implement a website like Amazon.com, we need some way of taking this number and translating it into all the data that we need for that web page and displaying the web page, or rather looking up all the data that belongs in that web page. So none of the data structures that we've looked at so far seem to be able to access data in quite this way, or at least not easily.